What's up, guys? It's Book, aka Bookie of the Year. In this video, I'm going to show you what my bankroll progression looks like over the course of March Madness, and I'm going to tell you just how much money you need in your bankroll to turn a profit and mitigate your risk. Let's get into it. A typical bankroll is going to play a 2% betting unit. That means that the amount of money you bet on any game or any action is going to be 2% of your total bankroll. For example, if you have a $1,000 bankroll, your betting unit is going to be $20. Now, that might seem like a really small betting unit, and for most professional gamblers, that is. However, you want to make sure you're using a betting unit that allows you to survive the inevitable losing streaks you're going to have if you place serious bets. If you use a 10% betting unit, all it takes is a streak of 10 losses for you to bankrupt your entire bankroll, and the odds of that happening are a lot higher than you expect. Most professional sports bettors have a success rate between 55 and 65%. That means they're losing close to half their bets, and sometimes those losses will chain together for a long losing streak. Now, it's always a good idea to mitigate your risk, but if you can increase your win rate and increase it dramatically, you can theoretically increase your betting unit without affecting your risk in the long term. This chart shows the game-over-game state of my bankroll when applying my system to March Madness games from 2015 to 2021. The bets for this chart are based on $100 betting units on moneyline bets. Those green lines are the different March Madness seasons, that yellow line in the middle is the average state of the bankroll game over game, and that red line is the best fit for the data. What this graph shows us is that my system consistently makes money game over game. That doesn't mean that it wins every game, but my success rate is so high that in the last 6 March Madness tournaments, I've only had a negative position a couple of times, and all very early in the tournament. In fact, the only time I've ever been negative by the end of a round of March Madness is at the end of one opening round in 6 seasons. Now, there's one glaring problem that this chart reveals with my system. There's a mathematical phenomenon called regression that basically tells you how confident you can be about a statistical correlation. That just means that regression is how sure you are about your bet. Well, you see how the lines seem to fan out at the end of March Madness? That indicates that my system probably has a pretty low R value, so I shouldn't be too confident about how well my system should perform on any one March Madness tournament. But you see how that red line moves upward and cuts through the data pretty nicely? That trend line is the reason I feel confident about my system. In 6 seasons, my system has returned $1,400 at its worst and dipped below zero only for a couple games before shooting right back up towards the mean. At my system's lowest, it sits just below $200 down. So with that in mind, what kind of bankroll will I rock to turn a profit on March Madness this year? Well, rounds are played over 2 days, and the round with the most games has 32. Divided by 2 is 16, and if we plan to make a play on each of those 16 games, then we need a minimum of 16 betting units. Then we add the betting units that we were down on our worst season, plus 2 betting units to cover for those losses in the next round, for a total of 20 betting units. With a 20 unit bankroll, that means we're playing a 5% betting unit. If you wanted to bet $100 on every game, that means you need to start with $2,000 in your bankroll to turn your maximum profit at March Madness this year. Now, I feel like I should probably provide a disclaimer here. I'm the Bookie of the Year, a sports betting rookie. Not only am I not qualified to provide financial advice, I'm literally a rookie to sports betting. This is genuinely the way I'm structuring my bankroll to win this year, but you should always make the right decision for you and your financial situation. With that, if you made it to this point in the video, thanks for watching. Let me know what sports betting topics you want me to cover in the comments. I might be posting a couple more videos about betting on March Madness. I'm thinking about going over parlays, which is pretty interesting. So subscribe and turn on notifications if you want to see that. Follow me on social media wherever you prefer to see my picks. You know the deal. And thanks for stopping by. Be safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.